Today's topic is tanks and groundwater. Particularly, we will discuss about tanks and its uses. Tanks, why they built our ancestors? Our ancestors, our before generation people, they wanted to utilize the rainwater. They wanted to utilize the rainwater. For that purpose, they constructed these tanks to utilize the rainwater. Is it clear? Next, in our Telangana, tanks were built in a large number by the kings of Kakathiyas. Kakathiya kings built a large number of tanks in our Telangana. But why they built? To get revenue from the land. Because if more and more agriculture production is done, means more revenue they will get. And for the development of people purpose, Kakathiya kings developed the tanks. So particularly for the extension of agriculture purpose, large number of tanks were developed once upon a time by the Kakathiyas. If you observe the structure if you observe, the strong walls are built to a tank of stone and mud, which is known as tank bund. Tank bund or that wall is made of stone and mud. And important one is wall on only one side. Wall on only one side. You can see in this picture, this area is water stored, and only one side that tank bund is constructed. Then we have a gate wall. From here we can release to the agriculture fields that water. So one side of that tank we built that tank bund with stone and mud. That is a structure of a tank, and also large lake is formed with that. Okay, and for the maintenance, once upon a time, Neerati or Neeru Katte Manishi was present, and he will maintain that repairs related to tank bund and desilting such type of, or regulating the water to the agricultural fields, such type of he has done. Nowadays, providing water to the agricultural fields, irrigation department we have. For desilting purpose, nowadays new programs by the governments like Mission Kakathiya came, and repairs also done by the Gram Panchayati, such kind of. But overall, the final conclusion is neglected. Tanks are neglected in our Telangana. Once upon a time, our ancestors they tried to utilize the rainwater, and they tried to extend the agriculture fields with rainwater. But here, lot of negligency nowadays our present generation is doing. So leave it that matter. Next, uses of tanks. It will be asked for a long question in 7th class in examination point of view. Uses, if you take animals drinking that water. So tank water is useful for drinking purpose for that animal husbandry, and a major important use is irrigating the fields. Tank water is useful to irrigate the agriculture lands. We can provide water to the agricultural fields. This is a major important use. Next, we can increase the wells nearby the surrounding areas. The well water will increase by the tank storage. Next, tank bed. When it is in summer, when tank will become dry, the tank bed is useful for growing crops purpose also. Next, generally soil erosion happen when the river or a stream of flow will move from one place to another place. That soil, good soil, topmost layer of soil will eroded, moved from one place to another place with flow of water. That we can stop by the tanks, because we are not letting that water to move from one region to another region. We are stopping it in the form of tanks. We are storing it one place. So we can stop the soil erosion also. This is another use. Next, silt. Tank bed having some silt in summer when tank is empty. At the time, that silt is useful for agriculture crops purpose. Means that fertile soil is useful for growing good crops purpose. Okay. Next, groundwater will increase. Obviously, it is important use. Nowadays, groundwater is depleting. In our bore wells, water level in summer is decreasing more and more. So that we will overcome by construction of tanks and maintaining good repairs and good maintenance. With that, groundwater will be increased. We will overcome the problems. Next, fishing. Fisherman livelihood depended on the tanks in villages. So many uses you have. Once again, I am repeating you. Uses of tanks. Drinking water for animal husbandry, and a major important is irrigating the agriculture fields. Next, increase the well water. Next, tank bed is used for growing crops in summer. Next, we can stop with the soil erosion by the tank construction. Next, silt is useful for agriculture growing purpose, which soil is very fertile soil. Next, groundwater will increase. It is major important use. Next, fishing purpose. Besides this, tanks are declining nowadays. Tanks are declining nowadays because once upon a time it belongs to all. Every person was responsible in construction and maintaining repairs and such kind of things. But nowadays, everyone is neglecting. Due to that neglect, nobody is taking care of repairs, and nobody is desilting that tanks. Nowadays, due to that negligence, as a result, groundwater is depleted. Groundwater is depleted. Okay, and also deeper and deeper tube wells we are digging. We are depending on the tube wells, but water we are not getting due to negligence of storage of groundwater. Tanks are helping to increase the groundwater. So that negligence has to be overcome. Okay, nowadays one more matter is tank land is used for buildings nowadays, for the construction of buildings and houses purpose. Everyone is occupying the tank lands. It is a major problem nowadays. So tanks are declining in our area because of negligence in repair, desilting, and land which is used for buildings and such kind of purpose. As a result, groundwater is depleting and we are depending on the tube wells, and in future we may have to face more and more problems. To overcome this, government has taken a responsibility and it bought a new program called Mission Kakathiya. Mission Kakathiya, to repair the tank bunds, desilting the tanks every year, to construct the new tanks, such kind of purpose. Government bought a program called Mission Kakathiya. What it is, better? Mission Kakathiya. So this is about tanks and its history and its uses, and nowadays declining tanks.